Good morning, lovely friends. It's been a while since I've been on, and I kind of got the feeling that it feels good when I'm in nature. And there's something about this kind of awareness in ourselves that we're interconnected with nature. You know, there's a sense when we're walking, wherever that is, if there are trees around us, parks around us, meadows, streams, rivers, the ocean, the sea, we have a sense in our being of I'm a part of this, I'm connected. And at a deep level, for sensitive souls, they can really sense this sense of belonging. And for this episode, I'd like to look at in ourselves parts that have felt isolated, lonely, and a sense of feeling with our human beings not such a sense of belonging, and why that may be occurring, particularly if you're highly sensitive. A sense of something is so attuned to belonging, a sense of being attuned to feeling excluded, not feeling included, and also that this kind of high sensitivity of sensing and feeling isn't being appreciated, and that can often leave us feeling very invisible, the sense of not being seen here in this place. So today I'm at my allotment, and I'm kind of thinking more and more that it'd be good to share my walks in nature, which are essential to my well-being and feeling good. I run as well, and I grow vegetables, and I also, my background's gardening. I trained as a garden designer, and absolutely love plants, growing plants. And so I'm just going to bring all of that into these episodes and share more of myself with you, which feels lovely, really. You know, it's quite a shift from pulling myself away years ago, feeling very separate, and feeling this sense of not being appreciated or valued for my sensitivity. So there's something here about let's now dive into ourselves as sensitive souls of why we may isolate ourselves more. And we're going to bring in the sense of stuckness sometimes that can occur in us, that there are things that are too difficult to go near. It's not easy, it's a struggle to stay with things in ourselves that are heavy or sad or painful, and we've learnt to not reach out. Something in our system through the generations have taught us, or has been passed on, that we should be independent, very kind of self-sufficient, resilient, and all of these are great attributes, not knocking them in any way, really good for us to be those, but also kind of abandoning in some ways other parts of ourselves, parts that are flowy, sensitive, more subtle, and also deeper, a sort of sense in yourself that actually I reflect and contemplate deeply, and rather than sharing, I'm keeping it within me in a private way. So I don't feel a sense of belonging. So where does this come from, this hyper sort of independence, and I can do it on my own? I don't need anybody. I have no needs. I don't need people. So as I'm saying it, I'm actually at the same time sensing myself of where this comes from. You know, in my background, there's a lot of independence and resilience. Something about you not sharing needs. You know, you think about your own needs. What are you like sharing your needs? You know, what's it like to say, I'm struggling, or I need support, or to reach out in places that aren't easy for you, places where you may feel like vulnerable. Something's really vulnerable here, and there's a mechanism in me that says don't reach out, keep it private. So we're just exploring, and I'm letting things unfold in myself to share with you. So again, sort of imagine that you're a lovely, beautiful bird, but you're in a cage, and you've been in this cage for a long time, and you're sitting in the cage, and outside you can see freedom. And between you being stuck in this cage and flying through the little door there, which is actually open, there's something between being stuck in the cage and moving through that door to your freedom. Something is keeping you stuck, and we're exploring in ourselves if there is that sense of nature's interconnected and sort of entwined. There's a sense of the web of life, the food chain, all of that diversity and complexity. It's all sort of interwoven, interconnected. But something in us as humans has learned to not trust. I can't trust. Something within me has learned to say no. I can't trust human beings or beings around me or my family or my friends somehow. Maybe a few, but not many. So there's something here we're exploring in ourselves, a place that's stuck. So you can kind of see freedom, but somehow I remain stuck in this place. Something's too much here, too much to it move. I feel too scared to take that step to my own freedom. Yeah, so I'm sensing myself. I feel very alone when I sense myself here. It's like I'm just alone. I feel very alone, and it's as if no one's seeing that I'm alone here, and I've got struggles in certain aspects of myself. Certain aspects of me maybe aren't quite as developed as other aspects of myself in my life. They're much smaller, quieter. They haven't really developed. And so when I look out at the world through this sort of imagery that I'm bringing, it's scary. It scares me. Out there is really scary, and I feel safer in this sort of place I've made for myself, this home I've made. But inwardly I know something in myself I'm not facing, and I'm keeping private and separate. So we're just exploring it. We're not trying to change it, certainly not trying to fix it. We're not trying to say quickly sort this out so that you're somehow magically, on X Factor, or, a famous celeb who's so happy. These are all just facades of a world that inwardly we're struggling to share what we struggle with. And actually there's something here in sharing that actually touches places in ourselves that have felt very alone. Something about, I have felt very alone here, like no one is here with me to make those steps where I feel undeveloped in myself. So as we tune in and I tune into myself, I can feel a sense of this is much younger part. So we need to give that energy, which you're very good at tuning into in others, but in yourself, tuning into that energy that's smaller, less developed, and coming to an understanding that actually it feels pretty scared, and it's a place in ourselves that someone in our family or friends or whoever around us was unable to attune to. They didn't see us there because perhaps they felt very busy and overwhelmed in their lives. So there's something here about a kind of kindness here, in ourselves to ourselves, like a compassion. Like, we need to take time here. There's something about slowing down here, giving more presence here to that part of ourselves. It can't go fast. There isn't anything to fix here. It's something about in ourselves feeling that this part is slower and needs to take its time to grow, to become aware of itself. And it's something about recognising how much fear there is here, and also recognising how alone we have felt here. And something about the speed of life, the way it is or has been and is very fast, very logical, very rational. And something about this part is different. It's much more sensitive, more subtle, more refined. It senses and feels, and it really is in all of us. And they're often equated to feminine attributes. Whatever touches you, high sensitivity. So there's something about this energy, and this energy is in men and women. It's an energy, a feminine energy, a sensitive energy, that with the power over us got very shut down and disconnected from, and you could almost say we abandoned it. We abandoned her in ourselves. And of course that's why we sense nature so beautifully, because Mother Earth, Gaia, is a she. She is within us, and it's the same waking up. It's like we're waking up from this separation to inclusion, including her in our body, and waking up to ourselves, embodying ourselves again, sensing and feeling that part again that has been abandoned. So this feels good, and it's something, I'm here with you. I know it's a struggle. I know it's scary to know whether you will be included. But little steps, because in these lonely parts where we have felt very alone, the more we can share with trusted friends or families, the more we start to understand that we're all feeling the same thing. We've got different narratives, but similar feelings in ourselves of these parts haven't been allowed to grow or be seen, and we've had to abandon themselves. So it's something about including her, including the earth. That's why I'm here in nature with you. We're including our beloved home, Mother Earth, because she is in us. The life force that is breathing through us is her. And it's love, it's a life force that is full of love, and it energizes your body. So I think I'm going to do another recording purely on attuning more to our earth and our body. And so this gives you a resource to keep grounding, reminding yourself that you're not just on the planet, you are the planet. So I send much love to you all on this sunny day, and let's keep tuning in, and please like or subscribe to this channel to keep me going. Okay, have a lovely time, and happy Easter to all of you. Bye for now.